Hey everybody, it's Dave here with Blue Bears Games, and this week's video is Crackin Packs. This box we're going to open for the week is War of the Spark. I chose War of the Spark because there are quite a few cards I do hope to acquire when opening the box, so we're going to go ahead and start opening. I've been putting together a whole bunch of decks for the Commander series, and I'm starting to run a little low on some stuff I need, some staples. Some of it's old, some of it's new, and some of it's from War of the Spark. The two decks I'm working on right now are a Scarab God deck as deck 2, and the first deck I'm working on is Muldrotha. And Muldrotha is a little harder to put together just because of the 3 colors. You can do so many things with Muldrotha that it's a little bit harder to do. So I've run out of a lot of things that I need or want to put in them. So I'm going to go ahead and try from these packs and get them. Most of them are Planeswalkers, and where better to get them from than a Planeswalker set. So let's go ahead and start off with the first pack and hope we get some things. I'm hoping for a Lily and a couple others. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Make it easier for you guys to see. I'm going to skip past all the commons, get to the uncommons. Bond of Passion, Bolt Bend, and Saheeli. So that's what I kind of needed, a Saheeli. And Fblethip the Lost is the rare. And I hope everybody's staying safe out there, by the way. It's a madhouse going on out there. People are going a little crazy. So just stay inside, stay safe, and enjoy this video. Alright. Let's see. Up next. Alright. Bleeding Edge. Interplanar Beacon. I may actually go back into the Alluro deck and throw an Interplanar Beacon in there. So, alright. Our rare is Rye, or Ral. I think it's Ral. Ral Storm Conduit. I haven't really figured out a deck I can use a Ral in, so it's not a Planeswalker I was hoping to get, so move on to the next pack. Hopefully there's enough light in here for you guys to see everything as well. I wasn't really set up and prepared for the video this week. I've actually been rather sick for the entire week, so I'm hoping that it comes through and you guys can see it. Neoform, Vraska, and then a Dreadhorde Invasion. I'm thinking it's possible that I might use that in the Scarab God deck. I might actually put that in there just for a free way. Well, I'll pay a life, but a free way to get some zombies out into play. But we shall see. Alright, what do we got here? Evolution Sage is first uncommon. 10th District Legionnaire. And Kaya. Our rare slot is a mythic. It's Finale of Eternity. It's 2 black X. Destroy up to 3 target creatures with toughness X or less. And if X is 10 or more, return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not bad. That, honestly, that might actually go into Scarab God as well. I'm trying to find blue cards, more blue cards that I can throw into the Scarab God. It's mostly going to be a zombie tribal style deck because, well, it's Scarab God. But, you know, it's blue, and I'm obviously going to use something like a Rooftop Storm or something of that ilk. Most likely that and other things, but I'm looking at all the blue cards that go with zombies to make them better. And, I mean, there's some, but there's not enough to make it worth it to put in Scarab God. Samet. Ooh, a Finale of Devastation. So, Mythic number 2. Finale of Devastation is 2 green and X. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get +X and gain haste until end of turn. So, not bad. I am working on Muldrotha. I don't think I'll throw a Finale of Devastation in there, but I may be able to actually make some changes in other decks. I believe that's the first Finale of Devastation I've opened. Alright. Skip. Another Johnny's Pride Mate. Price of Betrayal. Return, remove up to 5 counters from artifact, creature, planeswalker, or opponent. And a Dovin. And the rare is a crap rare. Parhelion. We don't even read that. It's really bad. It's not good for any commander deck. At least that I can see. If somebody has an argument against that, please go ahead and put it in the comments. I don't see it. That's a 25-cent rare, if that. Alright, next pack. Let's see. I also do need a, I forget the name of the damn sorcery, but it's a black sorcerer that destroys any amount of planeswalkers. Prison Realm's good. Liliana's Triumph is not bad. And Dario. I can't use that in anything. And Massacre Girl. I have plenty of Massacre Girls. I have yet to put her in any of the decks that I'm using. I'm sure that I should. Just because of what she does. She can wipe the board pretty easily, especially in a token deck. I'm just not 100% sure if I have anything built that could use her to her fullest. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. Let me see. Alright, skip. Another Prison Realm. It's weird. 2 packs in a row. The first uncommon was the same. First we had a Johnny's Primate, then we had Prison Realms, and they were both white ones. So that's weird. Huatli. And a Time Wipe. Ooh, and a Foil Vampire Opportunist. You know, if I had Edgar Markov, I'd make a vampire deck as well for black-white. Because it's one of the color combinations I don't actually have done. I was going through all my decks and what I'm building and what I have built, and I'm running out of blue cards. I've been a blue player since the beginning of the game, so I kind of figured that that would be the case. But man, I'm running out of good stuff. Like, I'm running out of everything. Ristic Studies and all the good stuff that you need for Commander. I'm running out really quickly. Alright, so Domri's Ambush, Dreadhorde Twins, and Angrath. And then, ooh, perfect. I was just talking to my buddy the other day about this. I said I needed a couple cards. One of them was a Blast Zone. I'm hoping to get 2 out of this box. I doubt it, but Blast Zone is going in to Muldrotha because it can keep coming back. So I'm happy about that. That was a good pickup. That's a good pack right there. I didn't have one. I already used it. The only one I had, so that's good. But yeah, I was looking at all the decks. And I have a lot of blue and a lot of black because those are the 2 colors I play the most. You can tell by my old school cards, Emergent Zone, and a Tameo. I'll read Tameo real quick. She's hard to read in some cases. So she's 1 blue, 1 green, 2 of any for 5 loyalty, so that's pretty good. Spells and abilities your opponents control can cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. Her +1 is choose a non-land card name, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all cards with this chosen name into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's not a bad ability, actually. And return target card from your graveyard to your hand. She may actually end up... I don't have any Planeswalkers picked out yet for the Muldrotha deck. I don't know if I have any that I can use really well in the theme that I'm going with. But she may end up in there just because she does what I what I'm trying to get the deck to do. So... but yeah, I've been playing the game forever, and I'm always black-blue. My dual lands, my actual OG dual lands, I have a full play set of Underground Seas because I always played black-blue. So most of my decks that I'm choosing have black-blue in them. And so I'm running out of cards for that. I'm running out of duels for that. Ignite the Beacon is our rare. It's not that great. I'm running out of, the ability to do those color combinations, so I gotta start thinking of other ones. And it's not so easy when you get out of your comfort zone when you're making a commander deck. I like certain ways of playing. I like certain cards for what I'm playing. And I'm trying, like, Muldrotha is a little out of my realm. I never really played green all that much. Let's see, God Pharaoh Statue, Kaya, and then Role Reversal is the rare. I never really played green a lot, and then I started liking to play blue-green, and that's becoming slowly my favorite combination of colors to play with blue, is green, and it's a different way of thinking than it is with blue-black. So I'm trying to come up with other things, and I think I've got a couple of ways I'm going to do some stuff. Modrotha is my first foray into blue-green in Commander, and it's not hard, but it's definitely a different way of thinking. Eternal Taskmaster, I believe, is going to go into Scarab God. So it's 2 to cast, 2/3. So right off the bat, it's great. While it enters the battlefield tapped, that's fine. And when it attacks, you can pay 3. If you do, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, so you can keep putting out zombies. So Eternal Taskmaster is pretty good. And the Wonder. And the rare is Tomic. Distinguished Advocist. 2 to cast, 2/3. Flying, lands on the battlefield, and land cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control, and your opponents can't play lands from graveyards. So, I don't like that card for Modrotha, because that's anti-Modrotha, and I'm trying to figure out ways to keep the graveyard safe, and I'm still looking at things. So I'm trying to think of ways to go out of my comfort zone as far as the cards that I want to play in green, and I've come up with a few ways that I want to try to play. So I will be making a blue-green Commander deck in the future as well, and I think I've come up with what I want to do. And it's definitely different. Johnny, the Great-Hearted, 4 to cast, 5 loyalty, creatures you control have vigilance, +1 you gain 3 life, -2 put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and the loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. That's a combination I have not chosen to play as green-white for Commander yet. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do there. But as far as the blue-green, I'm thinking I'm going to go Hydra. But not technically Hydra. I'm trying to go in a way that utilizes +1/+1 counters. I think I figured out the Commander I want. And I think perfect. Perfect. So, of the 4 cards I was telling my friend I wanted to put in decks, Ugin, the Ineffable, was one of them. He was like, "You mean OG?" No, I meant the new one, because he does things I want to do in Commander. He makes colorless spells, costs less to cast. I do want to put an mono blue Emery deck together, based on artifacts, obviously. And I didn't have another Ugin, whatever you want to call him, so I'm happy with that. Okay, and for rare. Let me read what Uden does just so you understand. So his +1 is to exile the top card of your library. Face down and look at it. Create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When the token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card in your hand. So it's quasi-draw, and it gives a token. So it protects itself, gives you a card when the thing it's protecting itself dies. And then also the -3 is destroy target permanent, by the way. That's 1 or more colors. So minus artifacts and colors, it can pretty much take out any permanent. So he does a lot of things I wanted to do. And then the full rare is Vivian's Arcbow. I'm not really happy. I was kind of hoping maybe a full Ugin would have been nice. 2 to cast artifact and X tap, discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library. It actually looks like something I would might put into Modrotha. Now that I see it, it's not a bad option. All right. So, but yeah, so for Simic colors, blue, green, whatever you want to call them, I think I figured out how I want to play that with Hydras. So we'll see. I'm going to take a look at what I have. I have an odd idea to go with it. The rare here is Plain White Celebration. And my thought process is I'm going to try to go Simic Ascendancy win. I just haven't figured out how in blue-green I'm going to be able to consistently get or grab Simic Ascendancy to start the win. It's a difficult thing to do when you can't, without black, you can't do it. I thought about putting Wow, it did it again. Another pack where the first uncommon in the pack matched the previous one. And Sarkum the Masterless is the rare, and Topple the Statue is the foil. I thought about making Muldrotha the Simic Ascendancy win, just based upon I can actually use black to search for it with the tutors that it has available to me. But I figured I wanted to do something a little different with Muldrotha than I did with a Simic Ascendancy deck. I love Mayhem Devils, by the way. So the thought process... Ooh, I asked and I received. Guys, look at that. I literally asked for 2 in a box. I got a second one. Perfect, which means I can actually trade a couple things out. And yeah, I guess I got a foil Jace's Triumph with it as well. I'm kind of excited about that. I never get excited about a dollar card, it's not really worth a lot. It's just worth a lot to me because I don't feel like going out and spending money for shipping to get the amount of cards that I need that are like $1. I don't like going out and buying them and then having another 80-cent shipping for each one I want. I keep getting sidetracked just from the pulls. That's not a bad thing. Again, it happened. Mayhem Devil, second one in a row. Bolt Bend and Feather. Feather the Redeemed. I'm still trying to figure out a white-red deck. I don't think that they exist as far as Commander goes, but so I wanted to make Muldrotha more like a value deck, whereas I get value from being able to have cards usable over and over again. So that's kind of why I didn't go the Simic Ascendancy Hydra route with that one. I wanted to make that just blue-green. Even if I don't have the ability to search it out, I think it'll just be a fun deck. But the idea I had, Vizier of the Scorpion, and there's the last one. Perfect. This box I pulled exactly the 4 cards I needed. Every card I needed. Lily was the last card I needed. Alright, so the reason I need her is for Scarab God. 6 to cast for 6 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. Perfect. And create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Perfect. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Even more perfect. And each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. This is the exact stuff I needed from the box. Anyway, I keep getting distracted because I'm getting happy because I needed 2 of those lands, the blast zones, and I needed a Lily. And what was the last other card? I'm sorry, I'm going to go back real quick. So I needed blast zones. I needed a Ugin. I don't even know how to say it. Ugin or Ugin. So I got everything I needed in the box, and I'm just over halfway done. Alright. Let's continue. Alright. Neoform. Speaking of Simic. And a Living Twister. Can't do anything with that. But the idea for the blue-green Simic is obviously +1/+1 counters, because Simic Ascendancy, blah blah blah. And when I make decks, I don't make one deck at a time. I find that it's easier that if I have decks that are similar in colors, I make them at the same time, because when I go through my stuff, and someday I'll show you my system of how I do it, how I go about. I have my cards separated out very, very in a very, I don't know, anal fashion, I guess you could say. I'm very organized with my cards, so when I go through them, I know where the things are at all times. Chandra was the rare. I'm extremely organized with it until I start building a deck, and then my whole collection gets all torn apart, and then I have to put it back together again. So when I'm building decks, I like to build similar color decks at the same time, so that when I'm going through my boxes, I can pull stuff out for both decks. They're separated by color and by usefulness. So when I do that, I want to make sure that I'm getting the stuff I need at the same time. Nisu Shakes the World. Now I bought a collection recently that had 3 of these in there. This would have been more exciting if I didn't already. I'm trying to find a way to use Nissa. I may actually do mono green, big mana. And, man, bad full rares out of this box, though. Museum Tank is like the crappiest foil rare you could possibly pull. So when I'm pulling the decks, putting the decks together, again, I'm going to repeat myself. I like to pull the same style of cards that I'm pulling from each one. So last night I went through my black for, you know, Scarab God and for Muldrotha. And today I'll go through green. It takes me about 2 days to go through each box. And I have what I do is I have a 5,000, ooh, actually that's good. And a Karn's, oh, I forgot. I actually, oops, sorry. I hit the camera. I forgot I needed Karn's Bastion. So I do want to put Karn's Bastion into Slimefoot. I didn't have one. I can pull a card out and that goes in there. So far, I've gotten 5 cards now. So, I lost my train of thought. I keep losing my train of thought. What was I saying? So, when I pulled the stuff apart, like today I'm going to go through green for the first time, because I've never actually pulled green for a commander deck. But when I have my stuff separated, the way I separate it out is I have usable stuff in a 5,000 card box for each color. So each color has a 5,000 card box. They're mostly full just of usable stuff. It's not bulk or anything like that. That's not bad. Rolzek. So last night I was going through the black, and it takes a while to go through each one. So that's why I try to do 2 decks at once, because going through a 5,000 card box over and over and over again gets kind of hard. It's all alphabetically organized. So if I have a card I specifically want, I know exactly where to get it. Another Tibalt. So that's 2 Tibalts in a row. Oath of Kaya is the rare. Most of the oaths are bad. That's the only one that I actually like. Let me actually show you the card. And then I got a Foil Plains, which not really happy about that. When you make a lot of decks from the same colors, I own a lot of foil land. Some of it's really special. Some of it's like the Urza Saga foil islands that most people don't even know exist. You run out of them when you, especially for me with blue. I trade for foil islands as much as I can because I go through a lot of islands in most of my decks. I actually had to pull apart a deck last night, a 60 card deck, because nobody plays 60 card anymore. That's old, and pull all the foil lands out of it just so I could do it. I like Dread Malkin. I actually thought this was a farce. I didn't know this card existed. I don't know how I missed it. I'm a huge fan of making the cat decks now because of my girlfriend. She's a crazy cat lady. So I like making cat stuff just because, you know, it's a small connection, and I let her, you know, take a look at them and everything. I didn't know this existed. This is one of my favorite cards they've ever made. So it's a 1 to cast, 1/1 menace. But it's a zombie cat. The picture is perfect. And then you can sacrifice another creature or planeswalker to put counters on it. It does a lot of things that I want to be doing anyway, so it's a really good card. But it's a personal choice. Narcissus Reversal is pretty good, actually. Copy target instant or sorcery, and then return it to its owner's hand, and you may choose new targets for the copy. I'm going to start figuring out a way to use that. But, so anyway, I got an organization system. One day I'll show everybody, you know, maybe that'll be my video I make when I get to 200 subscribers. So, you know what that means, guys? You got to start sharing this out and help getting me some subscribers. Just so I can show you the way that I do things. I have a different system than everybody else, probably. Another Dread Malkin. I'm liking that I'm getting repeats, especially when the repeat of the uncommon is one that I want or / need. And Domri. This is a color combination I haven't thought about making yet. I'm not sure if I am going to be able to do it just because I've never been a red-green person. But if I do, I think it's going to be Rorikthar. Because I have a way that I like to play. Everybody has their own way. I've never been a creature fan. The only time I like creatures is when they're in tokens because they're just sacrificial lambs to me. This is a weird box, though. I'm going to go actually talk about the box for a minute. Every pack I open, the previous pack's uncommon was the first one. A Narset. Narset's good. And a second command... Oh, no, this is not a second. A Command the Dreadhorde. Alright. Yeah, this is a weird box, because, again, every pack I open, the next one has the same first uncommon. I'm not mad because I've been liking the uncommons I'm getting. It's not like they're crap. And they're usable. And they go into my usable box that you guys now know I have. Kiora and Bolus's Citadel. Bolus's Citadel is actually something I just put into one of my decks because it's token generation, so sacrificing 10 non-land permanents to deal 10, make my opponents lose 10 life, or all of them at the same time. Not bad. Alright. And if I'm going too fast in this video, guys, for, like, if you guys wanted to see the commons, I apologize. Do me a favor, and anything that you want me to change while I'm doing these, please put it in the comments below, or go to the Facebook page. It's Blue Bears Games on Facebook, and let me know. I want feedback. Commence the end game. Don't like that card. Let me know anything that you want me to change, if there's anything else I can do. And again, this week I'm doing an unboxing because I needed cards to help create the rest of the decks like I always do. A lot of the decks that I've been putting out there are just me settling because I didn't have the cards I needed to finish them the way I wanted to, but so I have to do the unboxings in between so that I can pull some stuff I need. Single combat. Each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacrifices the rest, and players can't cast creatures or planeswalkers until their end of your next turn. I'm going to look at that a little further and see if that goes into any of the decks I already have. And what I'm trying to do, honestly, is I'm trying to get the time down. That's why I'm rushing through a lot of this. I'm trying to make it so that the videos are about a half hour instead of 40 minutes. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine when the video goes too long, because I ramble. If you guys haven't noticed. Ooh, another Saheeli. I do like that. I haven't gotten the card I need. There's one black card I need. It's not Deliver on the Evil. I can't remember the name, but it's the one that just says destroy any number of planeswalkers. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But that's something I need. I put it in every commander deck that I can. But like I was saying, if you guys have any suggestions that you want to add, or if you want me to do something, please don't. I take constructive criticism very well, so please, I want to know. I want you guys to interact with me when it comes to what you want. I don't like getting that as a second one. Demolish is the foil. Because, I mean, I'm making this for me, mostly, but because I need this stuff. But I'm doing it for you guys, to give you guys some entertainment. I'm hoping that you guys are at least enjoying it, and I want the feedback. So please, Facebook page, or put it in the comments below, whatever you want to do. If you want to be lazy, put it in the comments below. If you want to actually do some work, go to the Facebook page and talk to me. I'm not a horrible guy. I can be talked to. I'm approachable. And Vivian's Arcbow number 2. First one was foil. Last pack for the box. Alright, let me see here. Sunblade Angel, Bleeding Edge, Angros, and then a Sorin. So no, I didn't get the last one I need for things, but Sorin, as long as your turn creatures or planeswalkers you control have lifelink, so not as good as some of the other Sorins, but okay. So overall, not a bad box. Not the greatest box, but as far as stuff that I actually needed for decks, I got pretty much what I needed. Karn's Bastion, 2 Blast Zones, a Yugen, and a Liliana. So I'm not going to complain. Value-wise, the box is probably more than I paid for it overall. But the value I get out of this box mostly is from these right here, just because I needed them the most. So let me zoom in on them. So I'll zoom in on them real quick, and I'll show you that these are the cards that I needed for decks. At minimum, that doesn't include the commons and uncommons, but as far as like dollar value, I mean, we're in flux right now because of the coronavirus going on. Prices are dropping, prices are raising, just because nobody knows it's unstable. So alright, so that was my video for the week. It was Crackin Packs for War of the Spark. hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to ask you to do what I ask you all the time. It's the same stuff at the end of every video. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I think today I just decided that if I can get to 200 subscribers, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it is, the way that I set up so that I can build commander decks easier. I can find my stuff. I know where everything is. So, but for now, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed. I always ask if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and do a comment in the comment section. Go to the Facebook page, go to the Twitter account, do whatever you want to do to contact me. I'm approachable. I will answer all questions, any and all questions. And other than that, you guys have a good day.